forward. What a drive this has been from the efficient driver. This requires brass ones. What a move. Stunning.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome again to Sector 1 Sim Racing. Coming to you live from Italy today. We're off to Lake Maggie for what should be a couple of... Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sector 1 Sim Racing, Round 3, coming live to you from beautiful Italy. Racing today coming from Lake Maggie. Looking forward to two races tonight, obviously. We've got our BMWs leading the charge first off, then followed by our Ferrari class. What should be some pretty interesting racing. We saw some pretty interesting Group A racing last week, and today should be just as good, if not better. Group B always entertains. So joining me today in the box, we've got the one and only Mr. NASCAR, as I like to call him, Pistol Pete. NASCAR, you there?
Good evening. Yeah, mate. How are you going?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad.
Looking forward to this one?
Oh, it's Group B, mate. As always.
Yep, they're entertaining. And also joining us tonight, we've got the one and only Good Doctor, who will be doing the Ferrari race with us a little bit later on. Good Doc, how you doing?
Good evening, boys. How are we?
Good, mate. Good, mate. Just getting things kick-started here. Evening to people in chat who've joined us nice and early. We've got Mr. Bumcrack, the Dutch Racer 95, mate. How are you? Sammy Templeton and Mr. Dadson, and the fan club is in the house, which is always good to see. Diogo's fan club. Well, as I said a little earlier, we're off to Lake Maggie today in what should be an ultra-important round for the B Championship drivers. An opportunity for some guys to potentially move into A, and potentially see somebody from A drop down to B too. So there is movement that can occur and is at hand depending on today's results. But before, as we know, before we get started, we always start off with the great work of the one and only Ghost as he takes us for a lap around the track and shows us exactly how it needs to be done in order for it to be quick. The purple sector.
Welcome to round 3 of the Next Level Racing 458 Competizione and the Aussie Hampton M3 Challenge from the beautiful Maggie West. 13 turns, 4.1 kilometres, and here we are on the Sector 1 porch. It's starting to find out how to go purple. So we break very deep now into tiramisu. So we're going to go left, and then we're going to go right. Some guys may choose to use first gear here to really maximise drive traction. Then when it's a short little punch into Aria, great corner, don't take too much of that inside curve, it will spit you off into the Italian Alps. Then we take a little bit of a breath as we go flat through Toscana. Great part of the circuit this. Then we up over the rise, then we're going to plunge severely downhill into one of the most famous corners in Sector 1. This is NASCAR, great corner. Second or third gear, depending on your car. In the Porsche, second. Really use that camber of the motor to carry maximum corner speed, because you really need great drive, because this is a severe climb. Now up through, flat through Curva Alpha. Great part of the track this. This is where you really strap on the brass ones. Then we plunge downhill again into Cono Capo. Double apex, right-hander. Third gear. Some guys may use fourth initially, then back it back to third. Again, really important to get your line spot on through here, a little bit wide, and you'll understeer. And now into my favourite corner. This is the awesome Corsa. What a corner. This is 170 kilometres an hour across the face of the corner. And punch it out with authority. That is a short, wild and fast lap around the awesome Maggie West. I reckon this is going to provide one of the races of the season. It has everything. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you go purple.
That's how you go purple. Apparently, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, Ghost, again for that. How they hanging? Scotty Mitchell might not sound it, but they're hanging pretty low. We've had NASCAR keeping an eye on them through a bit of a warm-up in a practice session. How are they looking there, NASCAR? You've been keeping an eye at practice?
Yeah, so far it's been a Ragged Edge and Dadson Racing 1-2 with Sean and Stickers respectively topping the charts.
Okay, so yeah, we were keeping an eye a little bit earlier, and there was some pretty hot pace on. May have even been rumours of a .20 lap being set at some point, which is ridiculously fast. Righto, so just before we set off into the land of qualifying for BMW World, we'll have a quick look at our points table as it stands for this B group. And we do have, so there's a little bit of a difference here to what I saw earlier. Brainache I saw in the bottom of the 14, so he's the driver that could potentially drop back down into this B group with Stickers and Grassies and Womble as potential risers into the A group. Flat Stick has decided to join us today, although I believe he's carrying a 2-grid penalty for late notification from last week. Is that correct, Pete?
What's it, sorry, mate?
Flat Stick carrying a 2-grid penalty from last week?
That's correct, yep. That is correct.
So in his first start for the season,
yep.
he's
Already got a bit of a slap in the face,
starting at -2. Good on him, well done. Team points, we have a look at the Teams Championship for the BMWs, and it's Lucky's Lawn Care out in front with a bit of a gap. It is a sizable gap to Counterpunch Racing, who won't give up the chase. Switchblade SimSports a point further back on Counterpunch and 96, and then a gap again to Ragged Edge. Blacklight sitting in 5th. Dadson Racing midfield with a bunch of other teams there. We got Dadson Racing, Death Grip Racing and Red Mist Racing all on 80 points. Then we've got racing cars like Legends, Obsession Motorsport, Aussie Hampton, CJE Sports, Horse Performance and Cornerstone Performance holding it all up. They'll all those teams there be looking to hopefully improve their position or start to improve their position tonight. To get some bank some serious points tonight, hopefully for those guys. So, Pete, how are we looking for qualifying?
Mate, I think they are ready to be set loose.
Ready to set them loose? Feel free whenever you're ready, and we'll join the boys on track. So, guys, in chat, if we've got any predictions, I know I've got mine. Can't go past Stickers tonight. Sticker 63 looking strong. Guys in chat want to throw up a, rather than just sit on the fence, maybe throw in a an educated guess into who you think might win tonight's race as the boys gear up to take off on their quali runs. We join them on track. Straight away, Bishop Wacker decides to lead the field out. He's got a bit of makeup to do from last week, doesn't he? Had a disappointing result last week, Bishop Wacker. He was very competitive early in the race, but then unfortunately fell away, as did Jimbob. He'd be another one looking for some sort of redemption. Jimbob again, also a bit like Bishop Wacker, had a strong start, was well entrenched, I believe, in top 3 initially, only to fall away in the latter part of the race and finish just backward of midfield. The boys that set the pace, Stickers, had come away with a comfortable victory. We saw a fantastic drive last round, from the man Ghost, who had a bit of a mishap early on but made his way back through the field. Managed to actually work his way through the field while still conserving fuel, which was ultimately gave him a fantastic result second. He'll be looking to go.
They don't call him Mr. Brands Hatch for nothing. So
no, that's right. He'll be looking to go one better tonight. Up the front, as we said, the naughty man. There he is. CP Flatstick, first run for the year. He's had a bit of an interrupted start to the season, but he'd be mad keen for tonight. Unfortunately, as we said earlier, carrying a 2 grid spot penalty for an indiscretion during the week. Something to do with registration, I believe, or something along those lines. But anyway, he'll be looking forward to tonight's race, as will one Excalibur. This man is in a intense battle with his old man, the Moff. He's still battling away. Do we know who's winning that one at the moment there, Pete?
Oh, it's a bit hard to tell, actually. I'm pretty sure the old man won one last season. I think it might be a bit of a dead heat at the moment in this one.
Right. Having a quick check here, and yep, one position in it.
Meanwhile,
1 point in it. As they start to clock their initial times.
Oh wow, 21.167 from Stickers. He's on his first lap. That's
fast,
gross. That is gross.
So that's a good half a second clear of Ghost in second position.
That is correct. 0.531 to be exact. So yeah, he's flying.
And we got Pruski tonight. He'll be looking for a good performance. This is a track he's familiar with. He's done a lot of racing here. Memory serves me right, he's had some decent sort of results here as well.
He was looking pretty solid too in the lead up to the qualifying. So yeah, fingers crossed he gets a good starting position for tonight's race. As we see, who's that on the grass there? That's Buffer on the sand rather at NASCAR.
Well, I think Pruski would be looking for something in and around top 5 he'd be pretty happy with, and anything above and beyond that, better still, obviously. Got the crazy one, currently sitting in 9th. Again, had a tough season, and he'll be looking for improvement and consistency, which is the key.